Pfeifer is here now. He joins me in a Fox Business exclusive. This breaking news really could very well affect you. And I know it's hard to judge because we don't know and you don't know exactly what the Department of Defense is going to pick and choose. But you have equipment that they want and that they do have right now.
Sure. And by the way, thanks for having me on today, Liz. I appreciate it. About 20% of our company is defense vehicles. We provide primarily tactical wheeled vehicles to the U.S. DoD. Those are primarily vehicles that move people and equipment really efficiently and safely where they need to be in these types of conflicts.
Is that what we're looking at here? Very heavy duty, mine resistance.
Correct. Exactly. Keep protecting people so they can get where they need to be.
Are those on the ground in Ukraine right now?
Hard for me to answer that question because it's supplied by the DoD. So I actually don't have specific knowledge to exactly what they're putting where in that conflict. But we are their biggest supplier of tactical wheeled vehicles. So, you can kind of take a guess as to whether or not they might be there.
Since the war began a year ago, more than a year ago, the Department of Defense, the Pentagon has sent billions and billions of dollars in military aid specifically, and the new aid involves millions of rounds of ammunition, all kinds of other military hardware that would work in the theater of war, javelins, anti-armor systems, air defense systems, all kinds of additional ammunition as well. So if you were to wrap your arms around it without knowing exactly what they're sending of Oshkosh's equipment there, since the war, how do you think it has affected your bottom line?
Well, I can't quantify exactly how much. Again, we do a little over $2 billion of business with the U.S. DoD. The U.S. DoD positions our equipment where they think that they need it the most because that equipment is needed to move everything you just listed to places where they need it to be able to be effective with it.
Well, let me try and re-engineer this question then. Your second quarter financials, net income of $175 million, $2.67 a share, diluted, compared to just 49 cents a year ago.
Right.
So to me, it looks like you had a massive jump in everything from profits to revenue.
So I will tell you, we do a lot more than defense vehicles at Oshkosh Corporation. We're a big construction equipment supplier. We're the largest municipal fire truck manufacturer in the world. We do a lot of different product. A lot of that growth was driven by our recovery from the inflationary period and supply chain disruption. So that's really, you have to look at the whole picture of our portfolio to see what drove those earnings. But it was a nice return to profitability after a difficult time during supply chain disruption.
Well, obviously, ex-defense, you've got a very robust business. But recently, bringing it back to defense, there was a tank contract because the military would like to see the newest version of a Bradley tank. And you guys did not get the nod. General Dynamics got the nod along with Rheinmetall for the contract.
Rheinmetall,
So right after that, KeyBank analysts basically came out and said, oh, yeah, one miss, and Oshkosh really should just consider alternative options for the defense business. I think I know the answer to this question, but would you consider?
So I will explain this to you. So our core business is tactical wheeled vehicles, which I just described. But what's really exciting about our business, and I'll specifically talk about our defense business, is where we're investing for the future. So we've looked at where the Department of Defense wants to invest in programs going forward. Combat vehicles. We've won programs like the Stryker. That's a great place for us to win new business, and we've won it there. We're going beyond the Department of Defense to the U.S. Postal Service. We designed and developed the most innovative last-mile delivery vehicle the world has ever seen, called the Next Generation Delivery Vehicle for the U.S. Postal Service. This is the vehicle that's going to allow the U.S. Postal Service to modernize, to give their carriers the right vehicle to deliver e-commerce packages. That's where we're putting our investment. We're putting it where we think we can make a big difference in productivity for people that work at the government.
And it is an EV, right?
It's an EV, yeah.
So it's delayed, though. The deliveries are delayed, right?
It's not delayed.
It's not. Okay.
No, it's on time. Goes into production in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. Postal Service had some impression that it was, but you say no, it's not delayed.
Yeah.
Okay, but so back to
and
the key
bank. And I think the Postmaster General would agree to me that with me that it's not delayed.
All right, then.
Everything's on track.
This is why we love for our viewers to listen to these CEOs we get, because you're getting the story here. But just to quickly put a final point on the key bank thing, you are not exploring strategic alternatives for the defense part of your business.
Hey, we are very happy with our defense business. We're happy with the positions that we have. In the Department of Defense, in the world of being a prime contractor to the DoD, sometimes you win a program and sometimes you don't. And you tend to invest your money where you think you can make the biggest difference for the DoD. Beyond that, with regard to our portfolio, we're investing in combat vehicles. We're investing in last mile delivery vehicles for the United States Postal Service. That's driving big growth, and it's good for those operators like the U.S. Postal Service.
And commercial aviation equipment that you make, how is that part of the business doing?
So are you referring to the acquisition we made of the Aerotech business?
$800 million.
Yeah, so this is a great addition to our portfolio. We have been participating in the airport markets for years. We make the airport rescue and firefighting vehicle. You can find our JLG aerial work platforms at any airport you walk through. We've long said there is a lot of purpose-built equipment here that we would do a really good job supplying. So we bought Aerotech. Now we're making all the equipment that you see at airports.
And is it true they've got a 75, you now, because you own it, 75% market share in North America for those types of vehicles and equipment?
Right. Yeah, when you walk onto an airplane at a commercial airport, when you see the cargo loading equipment, when you see the tugs moving aircraft around a tarmac, that's most likely our equipment that's doing it.
So the stock is up 29% year over year, up 30% year to date.
Yeah.
You know, this is a really solid stock story. What is on the horizon that you're most excited about beyond everything that you've just talked about?
Well, we are a technology company as much as an industrial company. So
AI? I mean, are you
we're doing AI in all of our end markets. So we serve people that do really tough work. And when you're serving somebody that does tough work, whether it's a soldier on a battlefield, a firefighter, a construction worker that's working at 150 feet in the air, what you want to do is give them as much autonomous functionality as you can to make it easy for them to do their work. They don't have to worry about the equipment. They just have to worry about the job that they're there to do. And that part of our business is so exciting because we're driving productivity gains in every end market that we serve. We're putting electrified product, which offers better performance than internal combustion. So it's an exciting technological time for us.
John Pfeifer, CEO of Oshkosh. It's great to get the story from you. Thank you so much on a very busy news day that actually loops you guys into the picture.
Yeah. Thanks, Liz.
You got it.